If that ends up being the situation, it's like that petty ex-girlfriend that just won't let you live. All these guys speak Spanish, but EA speaking German. I just made him potentially a lawnmower. I didn't expect that comparison to go in that direction. It's the drug the people want. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you haven't turned on notifications, I feel lightly offended, especially heading into FIFA 21. And we're talking new icons, 11 of them to be exact. If you're ready for the new year, you support some of these selections, and you want to push that cushion on the YouTube algorithm, drop a like. Welcome. And you might ask yourself, Mike, how do you know which icons are gonna be the best? This is my prediction, my lay of the land. But I know FIFA inside and out. We've been in a long-term relationship. I understand EA pretty well when they do statistical allocations and how that applies to foot item on foot item on foot item and their value. But that's why we have the comment section. Whether you agree or you disagree, we have that dialogue. For the community, by the community, or by the community, for the community, or part of the community, and we're in that community. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Which icons do you want to pick up? Must pick up? Who's going to make the biggest difference for you? Change your programming and expect these guys to cost a pretty penny because they are new iterations, new additions. You're going to pay that tax, that prime push to have that early adopter finder's fee. Have we revved this up enough? Also worth mentioning, we saw the majority of these icons top to bottom their complete career, at least if you're in my age range. Not all, but the majority. Just an observation. I'm not holding you up. German, Schweinsteiger, biggest calves in the world, bigger than yours truly, undoubtedly deserves an icon foot item. 100 plus caps, German national team, Bayern Munich, lots of success. But he's not a specialist, and we're starting to veer towards necessity or value because we have so many foot items throughout the course of the year. You almost want a specialist in each position, especially in the midfielder and the attacking roles. Those technicians, technical masterminds. Yes, we still take box-to-box midfielders with stats on stats on stats, but I'm not sure Schweinsteiger is going to offer enough to compete for one of those positions. Is he taking Rue to hold it off the pitch? Of course not. And I also wonder and contemplate, what's the weak foot? What's the skill moves looking like? I don't see 4-star skill moves in his future, but at the same time, no one could have guessed that Michael Ballack, his countryman, would have got 4-star skills. So it's possible, and Schweinsteiger is going to be thick. Big body, lots of C's, thick. Did I stress that enough? Thick. Instagram model, thick. Add a filter, thick. And I stress this because what we've seen as the trend, you get better job security and benefits if you're more agile in FIFA. Doesn't matter where on the pitch. Defenders, midfielders, attackers. Shuker, welcome back to FIFA. I remember you. FIFA 17 legend. Wasn't even an icon. It was a legend. I have no idea why he went on vacation, but I'm happy to welcome him back into FIFA 21. I played a lot of FIFA 17. He was relevant back then. Surprise relevancy. But the game has shifted. We're in a different era. And sadly, at best, he's going to be a middle-of-the-road foot item. Unless they bump his statistics, move some numbers around, which is possible. He was part of a title that did not have different iterations or variations on a per-icon basis. He was in the pre-prime moments icon segue system. I'm not sure. That's why I have him towards the bottom, though. No shots fired. Don't shoot the messenger. Xavi. I love this man. I'm not a Barcelona supporter, never have been. But what Xavi, Iniesta, Puskas put together in the midfield, what? That was dominance at its finest. Barcelona would whoop your ass and put you to sleep at the same time. You couldn't get the ball off them. The counter press, the possession, the tiki-taka. And that partnership between Iniesta and Xavi, that's why Barcelona had so much success. Main reason, even bigger than having Messi on the squad, who of course, one of the greatest players of all time. You could argue he's the best player of all time. I'm not trying to stir that up in the comments. I'm not James Harden. Not tall enough, not good enough at basketball, and I can't grow that beard. On a completely unrelated note. Don't lie. You didn't gravitate towards Xavi in any previous FIFA installment. I'm not sure that this is going to shift. FIFA has never done any favors towards these type of small tactician midfielders. Let's just look at other Spanish players that are similar in stature and run into the same conflict of their skill set in real life not translating to FIFA greatness. Xavi, Iniesta, David Silva, Santi Cazorla had a decent year in FIFA 20. Fabregas, they don't get the same run of the mill. All these guys speak Spanish, but EA speak in German or insert another language. It does not translate. That's the point I'm making. Vidic, right off the rippity rip, you'll be able to use him, but does he surpass other counterparts, specifically icons? Unless it's a price point move, and I don't think he's even going to come in that cheap or that affordable because he's new and people like new things, new construction. Nobody lived in that apartment before. You got to pay for that. I'm a logical man, and I don't expect Vidic to be better than some of the other center backs, and we had so many options. The variety of choice. Insert a center back here all throughout FIFA 20, and I don't see that shifting in FIFA 21. Blanc, Maldini, Cannavaro, Rijkaard, Desai, Rio Ferdinand, and the list continues. This is before we see upgraded foot items or additional players that can fit into the equation. I do believe that Vidic is going to be comparable to Hierro. So if you like Hierro, Vidic might be your guy, but if you're using Hierro, it's because you got him an icon swap or you're saving coins. And that's where you have to take that into the overall grand scheme or the larger picture or the narrative that you're trying to sell, or you're a United supporter. That's my mindset. Petr Cech, build a goalkeeper. I know this is preference-based, subjective. We haven't seen him in action, but if you were to create a player for this position, this is the textbook goalkeeper. He's massive, long arms. Shoot, he's wearing a helmet. This should be all the functions you're looking for. And I've got a good general vibe, which is why I put him a little bit higher on my list. I got a feeling he might even climb a little bit, inch his way up, work the tier system, the hierarchy. Philipp Lahm, another German. Will Lahm be a center mid or a holding mid? Or will Lahm be a right back or some sort of fullback? These are important questions that we need answered, but I will say this. If he plays as a center mid, then you need him to be Conte-esque, the German version, where he has that agility, that balance. He's a nuisance. He's unforgiving. He's relentless. He dictates the midfield in a different way. He's that mosquito that just constantly keeps biting you and you can't get him. Slap it, slap it, slap it. Can't get him. Now, if he is a right back, it comes down to the gameplay. Is FIFA 21 going to have active crossing? We didn't see this in FIFA 20. Lahm could have survived. But if physicality and size has to come into that physical presence or necessity, it's something that's prevalent to FIFA success, he's going to struggle as a fullback. If we see the return of back post crosses, whipping it in, and EA has definitely addressed and structured and implemented new features to help you score more goals from the wings, whipping the ball in. And that is my concern with Philipp Lahm as a fullback. So this guy could either have a significant stock rise, depending on the game, or a stock drop. Throwing it out there. Fernando Torres, no longer the kid. 3-star skills though. If that ends up being the situation, it's like that petty ex-girlfriend that just won't let you live. It's the elephant in the room. We have to address it, and it's going to keep him as a relevant attacker, but he's going to be missing that dynamic creativity that is going to be a factor. And in FIFA 21 in particular, with what we've seen thus far between skill moves and combinations and the general fluidity of those skills, the responsiveness from the gameplay that's been out, expect chaining to definitely be a factor with successful FIFA play at the upper tiers or at the upper levels. If you're trying to be an elite player, you're going to need that creativity. That's all. Personally, I'd love to argue on Fernando Torres' behalf that he deserves 4-star skill moves, but if we're looking at track records, which I like doing because EA follows suit often from previous installments throughout the franchise in their history. If they've issued a foot item that looks like this, they will reissue. They set a precedent. That's all I'm saying. Eric Cantona, Frenchman, gonna be like Zidane. Half of you gonna love him, half of you are going to absolutely believe that he is overrated, overpriced, and he's not gonna work for your starting 11 because Cantona is gonna be expensive. King Cantona's got that hype, got that presence, got that vibe, that anticipation. He pops his collar. This is not a man that sits on the fence. He owns the backyard and he operates it. I just made him potentially a lawnmower. I didn't expect that comparison to go in that direction, but that's how we're feeling. Welcome to the channel. Our analogies are always a little different. I like it like that. Ashley Cole. This is simple. I went to economics, at least for half a semester. Ashley Cole's a left back. We have demand for that position, but we don't have supply. We wanted this. We haven't seen an icon left back that made us feel a certain type of way since Bremer, the German, who left us FIFA 17. Bring him back. Roberto Carlos just never did it for me. Instantaneous value, Ashley Cole. From the beginning, if you pick him up, you're gonna get at least 4 to 5 months of usage until there's a better left back, in theory, or someone that's really competing, because you need different foot items to be issued. Maybe team of the year. I take that back. Maybe team of the year will give you somebody that's gonna compete, but you're gonna need some serious upgrades, because from a baseline assortment, this position is lacking. Special items, still lacking. Icon options lacking. Ashley Cole is the drug the people want. I'm not sure if he would like that upsell, but it seems fitting to yours truly. Oh my goodness. Samuel Eto'o, haymaker of an attack. A lot of you have been missing George Weah, myself included. Another FIFA 17 legend amongst legends. Goal scorer, in behind, explosive, finishes everything. Samuel Eto'o is likely to be a better version of George Weah. However, the competition did get better. There are so many more attacking players that will be in the same realm of an overall rating, but he's just meant for FIFA greatness. I saw an EA developer and a producer tweet out about Samuel Eto'o, just fire emotes everywhere, that he's been putting in that kind of effort behind the scenes. Should have 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. We know his finishing is going to be a 99. It's got to be perfect. And even if FIFA 21 becomes a title where you need more balanced strikers that have aerial pursuit and have that as an option, Samuel Eto'o is not a liability there. He knows how to climb the ladder. Shoot! He's got a rocket ship. Gonna see him in the box. That hurt my neck doing that. Number 1, it has to be Puskas. He's got his own award. I'm not gonna front for the camera, and none of you in the comments saw him play either. We could look at the black and white film. I can read off of Wikipedia, but Olympic champion, finals, the World Cup with Hungary, 3 European Cups, 10 national championships. The entirety of his career, he has been a 1-to-1 ratio goal scorer. That's incredible. Remarkable, unprecedented. We don't see that. He's gonna be in that same category, or they're gonna share the same table, at least with ratings here, with the Maradona, the Pele, Dino, Cruyff, Eusebio, R9. That is my anticipation based on what he's accomplished, the success that he's had, and just the general goal scoring tendency. This man's prolific. Did I mention he has an award? Pretty sure I mentioned that he had an award. He has an award. He has a he has a damn award. Another reason he tops my list is he's clearly the favorite to be the highest rated amongst all of these new icons, regardless of version. He's gonna have more stats, if you catch my drift. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop some love. Turn on notifications. We'll have that back and forth. I want the dialogue down below in the comments. Who are you picking up? Who are you using? Where would you put people together from a ranking standpoint? What do you think's going to happen? A little shake and bait. We need that razzle dazzle. Got to be perplexed with the greatness. But I have a lot more content coming out for you and you and you and you ASAP. ASAP.